football. It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
All right, so you guys already know it's the road to Inoue Fulton. It's a road that's been like way too long. You know, I'm shooting this video. It's May the 7th right now. I mean, and I'm in Japan, so this was actually supposed to be the day that I covered Inoue Fulton, but unfortunately Inoue pulled out with an injury. But listen, the road is longer, but it'll be worth it when we get there. You know, I may have to revive the GoFundMe because to get back here to Japan. But I wanted to speak about the fight because some information came out regarding tickets. Now, you guys may remember I told you a long time ago that Naoya Inoue versus Stephen Fulton. In order to get tickets for this fight, you had to enter a lottery here in Japan. And that was the first time it was scheduled. Now, the first time it was scheduled, for those that know and for those that don't know, it was scheduled to happen not too far from where I'm staying, but in Yokohama at the Yokohama Arena. It was supposed to happen down there. And it turns out that they changed the venue, and the venue's going to be in Tokyo now at the Ariake Arena, which is where Kenshiro just beat up Anthony Olas Kuwaga. They're fighting in Tokyo now at the Ariake Arena, which has hosted many major fights. So I'm not sure if this is why this is all coming out, and I'm not even sure if there's going to be a lottery for this fight. But the ticket prices for Naoya Inoue and Stephen Fulton have come out, and you know, they're very comparable. If you compare it to like a major U.S. fight, it's the ticket prices won't be as expensive as, let's say, Gervonta Davis versus Ryan Garcia, but they're very comparable to like Devin Haney versus Lomachenko, which, when you compare, is a pay-per-view, I don't know if Haney Lomachenko is I'm not sure if that's pay-per-view. Someone feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. I think it is pay-per-view, but I'm not sure. But tell me if it is or it isn't. I can't remember right now. But that fight's gonna be in Vegas. They're fighting at the MGM Grand, which, one thing I know about the MGM Grand is, you know, MGM Grand is big site fees, a lot, you know, as far as money being shelled out by the promoters to fight there. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and continue our walk through the beautiful streets of Ota City, Tokyo, Japan. And we're gonna talk about some interesting stuff going on in one of my favorite weight classes. And for those of you that watch the channel, you guys know I'm a big fan of the light heavyweight division. I love the light heavyweight division. And we got some news and some movement and some action, you know, a little bit of motion in the light heavyweight division, because it's been reported that basically Top Rank, the Bob father, you know, the fine folks over there, Bob Arum, they have won the purse bid for Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith. Eddie Hearn, who promotes Callum Smith, he put up $2.1 million for the fight. Bob Arum outbid him by just $15,000 and put up $2.15 million for the fight. So Eddie Hearn loses the purse bid, and it looks like the fight, you know, since Bob Arum now has the rights, he now has the television rights, the promotional rights, just all the rights to the fight, you would be led to believe that, you know, they're going to go ahead and do Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith in Montreal, Canada. You know, where Beterbiev is a big draw, where Beterbiev is a known fighter. He's been a Canadian citizen for many years. And it'll be an interesting fight because, you know, let's call a spade a spade. Artur Beterbiev is who they say he is. He is boxing's knockout king. He is one of the best fighters pound for pound in the world. He is one of the baddest sons of guns out there. We know that. We know Artur Beterbiev is the truth. And truthfully, he probably doesn't even get the credit he really deserves, because you look at most pound for pound lists and he's nowhere to be found. And the dude literally has, what is it, 18 fights or 19 pro fights, all knockouts, 3-belt champion, knocked out really, you know, top grade fighters, different styles, showed you he can deal with different styles many times over, and he consistently gets overlooked as one of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. And I think a lot of that is just due to the fact that maybe he hasn't been the most active over the years, so momentum hasn't always been like on his side when it comes to these kind of things. And also, he's not one of these guys all up in the videos, all up in the cameras, always looking for the limelight. He's the opposite of most fighters. He's trying to run away from the limelight. He just wants to go to the ring. He just wants to go to the gym, train, go home to his family, fight, knock some people out, make some money, take care of his family, and that's it. He's not interested in being a star. He's not interested in trash talking. He's not interested. He's like very opposite of boxing. He's what's very, very right about the sport of boxing. And I love Artur Beterbiev. He's actually one of the fighters. I'll have to get in contact with his team. But like, he's one of the fighters in boxing who I've never had a chance to interview that like I really want to talk to one day because I respect him so much. But him versus Callum Smith would be a great fight because we saw Beterbiev. We know Father Time is undefeated. He beat Anthony Yard, but he did show some vulnerabilities. He always shows vulnerabilities, but he showed a little bit more vulnerabilities than maybe you would expect. And he's still arguably the best light heavyweight in the world today. You know, we don't know who really the best is until him and Bivol settled that dispute in the ring. But, you know, he's still, you know, at the top of his game. But you can kind of see just a little bit, even if it's just by a little bit, he's starting to slip just a little bit. And I don't even think it's due to anything other than the fact that he just has a lot of miles on the proverbial odometer. He's been around for a long time as an amateur, a lot of amateur fights, a lot of sparring sessions, a lot of pro fights, and these things, a lot of training camps. These things take a toll on anybody, even the best of men, even the hardest of men, like Artur Beterbiev. So is Callum Smith potentially maybe catching up at the right time? It's hard to say, and from the Callum Smith side of things, like, it's hard to quantify how good is Callum Smith really as a light heavyweight, because I'm not trying to like demean him. I think he's a better fighter at light heavyweight. I think Buddy McGirt, by the way, shot to 7-11. Buddy McGirt has been a net positive for his career, but he hasn't really fought anybody in the light heavyweight division yet until this fight happens that can really punch him in his mouth and really ask some serious questions of him. The guys he's been fighting, I think, have been tailor-made, hand-picked, you know, weaker fighters in the rankings. Yes, guys that is ranked, but fighters that were made to order. Lenin Castillo, light punching fighter, made to order. Mateo Bardalik, light punching southpaw, made to order. Callum Smith could impose his size and his will on these guys. And to his credit, he finally realized that he's 6'3", all right, and he's fighting like that. So credit to him and all the hard work he's been doing in the gym with Buddy McGirt. But what I'm saying in so many words is that he's good, he's credible, he deserves to be in the ring. But it's kind of hard to say how good is he really as a light heavyweight. And I think we'll get our answer. We'll definitely get our answer against Beterbiev. And I'm very excited for this fight. I'm very excited to see what Beterbiev still has left in the tank, because I really want to see Bivol versus Beterbiev. And at this point, I don't even care if it's undisputed. I just want to see it. And you know, all respect to all the fighters in the world out there. If Callum Smith wins, he wins. But I really want to see this fight, and I think it'd be a travesty if Bivol and Beterbiev doesn't happen. So I'm gonna be rooting for either one of them to win their fights until they fight each other. You know, if the fight's in Montreal, I'll tell you guys this: if the fight's in Montreal, I've never been to Montreal. I've got great support out there in Montreal. Montreal is a great boxing community. I've met a couple of boxing people from Montreal. One of the people, you know, shout out to Usam, the fanboy killer, one of the great subscribers of this channel. We talk regularly, and he's from Montreal. So if Beterbiev versus Smith happens, listen, I'm here in Japan, all right? I'm here in beautiful Japan. If I can make it all the way to the Far East, then surely little old BT and True School Sports can take the international road show out to Montreal, Canada. So if you're in Canada, if you want your boy BT to come out to Canada, let me know in the comments down below. But that's the news. Bob Arum wins the purse bid by about $15,000 over Eddie Hearn. Artur Beterbiev versus Callum Smith is imminent, and we shall see what happens. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below about all this news. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on the untouchable True School Sports Empire. For more great boxing content just like this video, click right here and make sure you subscribe. Much love from sunny South Florida.